Come closer, everyone.
They've dimmed it to blue again. I'm not sure why they keep doing that. To look just like this. How being an archer is bad for your bones. But so is sinking on a ship. So that's a really informative presentation. You get the general gist. We're bringing something a little different to the channel today. Here's somewhere we've been before, and it's a special location. This is the Mary Rose Museum. This is where she's kept. As I said, we've been here before. There'll be, I'll flash different images up as we go through all the footage of to build this video, but let's head on in. So once they've scanned your ticket at the entrance here, they will lead you through a curtain to the introduction cinema, and the show continues from there.
She carried us Solent, only a few miles from where you're now standing. She lay undiscovered for hundreds of years, entombed in the seabed.
It all began in 1509, when I, Henry VIII, of that name, became King of England. Come closer, everyone. Come hither. That's it. Come beside me. I'm not as scary as I look. Join her now. Sound drums and trumpets, and
So as we pass through, there's a projection on either side here, which is to show the scenes of the actual battle from the Mary Rose's perspective. It's what. Whoops. Yeah, so you then led through to the next area, which is kind of showing you some cannons, some more detail on the ship itself. There's obviously a big size map over the back here, which shows the layout of the Solent and how the battle took place, etc. But yeah, this is the from here on in is where we're going to start to see the Mary Rose. Interesting, it's on the back wall over here. It gives you the history of how Mary Rose was resurrected. 1545 is when she sunk, 1836, 1791, 1982 when she was actually located and put onto the cradle, 1983 was when she was put inside the building, and then 2016 she was put upright to look just like this. Okay, so from there you go through to this first of, I think it's 2 decks. You can have a look at one side of the ship. Now it does look dark at the moment. It looks like it's it can't really be seen. It's because they do change the lighting. The lighting does move around, and there will be projections onto the side of the ship, projecting what men would have been doing on there, working, etc. It kind of brings the ship to life. But we're looking at I think we're at the front end of the ship here. Oh, sorry, no, it is the back end of the ship. That's right. It's got the rudder. That's right, rudder's on the floor down there, front at the other end. But everything you look at was buried underneath the sand that preserved it. But interestingly enough, opposite, behind me here, is imagine you've got 2 halves of the ship, one half to your right, one half to the left. It's kind of a reconstruction of what the ship would have been like. So working on there, you have your cannons, and as you can see down through the decks, some of the tools they would have found on board. These are actually the original cannons. Again, inside there is all temperature controlled and humidity controlled, just like the other side of the glass you see here. But when we go up, we will be going to the upper deck, where you will be able to have a clear view without the glass, so an unrestricted view of the Mary Rose. again, here's another view of what it would have been like within the decks of below decks of the Mary Rose. I was told that the cannonballs was actually made of stone. Prisoners would have chipped away at them. You can see in the distance here, look. Can you see how they're chiseled? So they were made of stone, chipped away. So it was cheaper because it was prisoners that were doing it, and it was very difficult to cast the cannonballs to the exact size of the barrel, the bore of the cannons. But they had a variety of different cannons. I mean, the big one we just saw, this one just here, still on its holding. But amazing. So we're now down to the centre of the ship. The lights have gone up, the projections have stopped. But when she was lying on her side, on that side, everything this side facing us has been basically rotten away by the sea and the passage of time. But what you see there was protected underneath the silt and the gravel, and that is what they excavated and brought out. So in previous decades, they've gradually put her upright to the size that she should be. Okay, so it's kind of led us out from the first gallery into where there's a section of artefacts that they brought up from the Mary Rose prior to them raising her. Or maybe not, because apparently there's still a lot down there. That's why it's a protected site. And it's just amazing how all this has survived for all of these years. And it now brings us to another hall, as I showed you just a moment ago, with artefacts. This is the other side of the ship. I don't think I've ever seen this side of it before, but that's the cradle that it was lifted from the water in. It's still on the same cradle, but I have not seen this side of it. So it takes us down to, we came down from the stairs. It's a bit weird going down. I thought we would have gone around the back of the ship, but as the gentleman said, they are looking to maybe creating a path around the back that people can go to. But down below we've got some more to do with some of the artefacts and some recreations. But spookily, we have some skeletons. It says next to it an archer skeleton, and I don't know if you can see or read that, but it gives you an indication of how being an archer is bad for your bones. But so is sinking on a ship.
So this is a fact which I recently found out. So this is the carpenter's dog. So something like a lot of ships have their own dog on board. Apparently it was a male from its DNA, and it possibly could have been a Jack Russell, which it also says on there.
It's a bit eerie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a real skeleton or recreation?
I think it's a real one. Although it does have writing on it, it doesn't look fake, like plastic.
No. And
It looks real.
looks like it was into backgammon as well.
Yeah.
And here we have Nipper the Eighth. So here we are on the next level down. You should be able to see down the bottom there. This is the front of the ship, the bow if you like, and that angled piece of wood would have been upright, creating the front of the ship. So that whole section clearly has rotten away. And as previously said, on this side we have a duplicate of what it would have been on the other side. As you can see, artefacts brought from down below. That's obviously the ovens to where they would have been cooking, etc., for the ship's complement. It's amazing to think that all this has been under the water since 1545. They've dimmed it to blue again. I'm not sure why they keep doing that.
I think maybe they're doing it to make it look like it's underwater, because obviously it was underwater for hundreds of years.
That is a valid point. You may well be right there, Pippa. You may well be right. So exiting from the lower level, again, you've got more of these display cabinets, if you like, with original artefacts from the Mary Rose. And the tour does take you straight on up from here. There's the stairs just there. But over in this corner, they've got kind of a makeup of the deck of the Mary Rose, how the food would have been, etc. What does it say there? Fill your belly. The interesting thing as well, for those that are not mobile, there is a lift here that takes you to every single floor. So they have catered quite well. What are you doing, mate?
So it's meant to be like, I guess you have to make food for the group.
So it's like an on-screen game, is it? Says alternative route to the upper deck via 42 stairs. So here we go. So far we came in on the middle deck. It took us down to a lower deck. And I think this is eventually going to take us up to the section I was saying where it is, there's no glass screen. You can literally look over the Mary Rose uninhibited. But there is an airlock you have to go through first because they need to maintain the humidity and temperature within that room. And there are sensors all over the ship. You can see them. It might not be picked up in the camera, but they are there. More display cabinets with more artefacts, etc., etc. And it's quite a cool model of the Mary Rose. It's a little bit different from the exaggerated pictures we saw when we first came in with the strangely very long flags, if you like, and a very much raised fort deck with guns pointing in the wrong direction, as the lady pointed out to us. Here's Nipper playing more of the on-screen games. These are dotted around.
I don't even need to know that. I learned it in school. It's like you have a timer for 20 seconds and you've got it wound up on a wheel almost. You feed it into the water and in a matter of 20 seconds it tells you how many knots you're going by, how many knots go through your fingers in the 20 seconds.
Ah, do you know what? I didn't even know that. So on the upper floor here we do have an airlock because it's humidity and temperature is actually monitored at all times and kept at a regulated setting. At least this way we can still get through and have an unrestricted view of the Mary Rose herself. So once one door closed, the other one opens, and there we go. How about that? The good thing is there's always plenty of staff on board at hand to give you some information on what you see, but as Nick has just pointed out, here we go, here is the projection showing activity on board on each of the decks. I'm not sure if this is going to be able to be picked up by this camera. You get the general gist. So there we go, that's the shot from the upper deck. We're going to go through the second airlock now. What I've done, I've actually taken a 360 footage of this, hovering over the top of the Mary Rose. If you're interested, if you look for the video on our channel, you'll find it there. If you've got a VR headset, put that on, watch the video, and you can have a really good look at the Mary Rose whilst floating over the top. There's another shot of the Mary Rose from the front, the bow if you like. You can see the upper deck that we just come through with the airlock over there in the distance, and the two further walkways. And you can actually see from this angle how they've copied one side of the ship to the other. That's really nice to see. As you enter the exit the upper deck, sorry, you come around. There's like you can hear it going on. There's a small cinema section. explaining about how they discovered the Mary Rose. And then you enter into a 3D cinema for a full description.
The Mary Rose wreck site is one of the most important archaeological sites in the world.
So that's a really informative presentation. It really does go through everything they went through raising the ship and bringing all the artefacts up. So if you do visit, you've really got to go see that. It does bring it all to life for you. Yeah, so that does conclude the tour of the Mary Rose Museum, and just like every good museum, they give you a opportunity to spend some more money. But yeah, this is an example, like we were talking about upstairs, an exaggerated version of the ship and true likeness of the ship. But yeah, that was the information was given to us by one of the guides that were up there. There you go. Sorry, Pippa decided to exit via the rotating door there. I couldn't find him. But anyway,
love rotating doors.
yeah, so it seems. So that's it. That's the tour of the Mary Rose Museum, the Mary Rose itself. You got that in 360 VR. So yeah. Also on the channel you'll find the Victory, as you can see in front of us here, and the restoration. So that's once in a lifetime visit that will be, seeing it in this condition. But there we go. We'll catch you on the next one.